is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today we're talking about episode 116 of Dragon Ball Super, and I got this guy with me. Hey, look to your left.
It's me.
Look to your left. Are you looking?
Yes.
Tell me you're looking in the right direction.
I'm looking to the left, but last time you had me do this, you made me look in the wrong direction.
Well, go look in the opposite direction and wave. Okay?
The opposite direction of what?
I'll worry about when I'm editing. Okay, so Kira Bug is downstairs. She's feeling a little bit sick, so she's going to miss out on this review. But instead, I brought this Dubas with me to talk about episode 116.
I look ridiculous.
You do. Well, you always look ridiculous.
Oh.
But episode 116 was so epic that I needed to just tag team this because there's just so much to talk about. Kefla went down, which I know a lot of you guys are happy about. I like Kefla. I like Caulifla. I like Kale. I expected her to go down, but let's be real. She had zero chance against freaking Ultra Instinct. In fact, even when the man achieved Ultra Instinct again, he was like, "You stand no chance," which was
it wasn't gonna happen. There's no way.
Dude, that sent like a cold shiver down my spine. It was just so perfect. You stand no chance. Okay, elephant in the room. Well, not really elephant in the room. The biggest, I guess, most important part of the episode is we have kind of a weakness that's revealed for Ultra Instinct, or I guess not a weakness, but like Goku's weakness. So he's got half of it essentially mastered, and that's the dodging aspect. Basically, when he goes into autopilot, his body can move without really thinking, which is why he's able to dodge everything. You guys see him take on all these Kefla attacks like it's nothing. But the problem is what, Danny?
He is still thinking when he's on the offensive, so his instincts only take over for the defensive, but not on the offensive. So it makes him not weaker, but just not as strong as he could be. Correct.
So basically, it's like he's an autopilot, and every time he grabs the steering wheel and figures out which shift to go into or which way to turn left or right, it's too much, and that actually takes away from the Ultra Instinct and thus kind of weakens. So basically, we see him do all these brutal attacks on Kefla, like when he popped up behind her and beat her.
Woo! Oh.
That was amazing. But you notice that it wasn't quite as effective. In fact, all that did was make Kefla stronger, like literally. The fight made her stronger even more. Her power just keeps growing to the point where she's got into Super Saiyan 2. And I'm going to call it right now. The Super Saiyan 2 version of Kefla is probably going to be the Dokkan Awakening we're going to see for the card that was released last week. I just don't know why the team decided to just not wait for this episode first before they dropped the card, but whatever.
I low-key thought for a second there that she was actually going to get 3 in the same episode, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I kind of was hoping for it because it would have like kind of fit with how her power has been growing and how she's developing really, really fast. And it would have been really, really cool, but let's be honest, it would have been kind of more on the fan service side than anything.
Yeah.
The thing I want to see the most right now is whether or not female Super Saiyans have the eyebrows still when they go Super Saiyan 3, because they introduced Super Saiyan 3 for the first time in Dragon Ball Heroes for females, but they had their eyebrows still. So, is that the C word canon, or would they have no eyebrows? That's what I want to know. So I was kind of hoping that we would have seen Super Saiyan 3, but we unfortunately didn't. So what was amazing about this fight is Goku's just controlling the entire fight. And the way this man glided over the final attack and just blasted her in the face.
Bruh, right in the face. I thought it was going to be like a beam clash for a second, but when he popped over and just put it right in her face, I literally yelled.
Well, he couldn't do that. So, I mean, he realizes his weakness because, like, at first you think, oh, he's mastering Ultra Instinct and figure out how to use it because that's how it seemed like he was doing. He was looking at his hands the same way he was doing against Jiren, which leads me to believe that when he fought against Jiren, the only reason why he popped out of Ultra Instinct was due to the fact that he took control of his body again. Because he did it on that last attack. And you could tell at that last attack he was focused, looking into it, and the second he focused into the attack, that's when he lost the power. But then again, you can also theorize that the reason why he lost his power was just because he was just out of juice. So in the comment section below, I want you guys to discuss that aspect of it. But it's very, very clear that in order for Goku to achieve Ultra Instinct and master it, he's going to have to basically figure out how to hand his entire body over to Ultra Instinct, his unconscious self, and kind of let him drive himself. But still, the question I have, Danny, how the hell does this man get his power?
Magic, apparently. All he has to do is look at someone getting stronger, and he's like, nah, I'm kind of the main character of this show, so like I'm gonna be stronger than you now.
Speaking of main characters, I'm glad you said that. This is why I brought you here for this. We have a explanation of Ultra Instinct as well, which we already kind of knew. As Vegeta's observing Goku, he says, oh, wait a minute, this is what Whis was teaching us. So you see the flashback and him basically saying the same thing, like you have to basically teach your body to react without you thinking. That's the magic to getting stronger. And they even basically confirmed that even though Beerus has Ultra Instinct in the format of being able to dodge, which we saw in the manga actually, he doesn't have the attack part of it down. Which kind of connects the manga to the anime, which I like, because those who didn't read, in the manga, instead of having the preliminaries between Universe 7 and 9, what they did is they had all the gods clash. And you see all the gods get angry at Beerus and they'll attack him, and this man is just flawlessly just dodging him left and right and countering. Now when he counters, he seemed like he was basically countering his own way, but when he was dodging, it was clearly Ultra Instinct. And then again, when Whis mentioned like, oh yeah, how about that, Beerus? It's like, shut up. Like, you can tell that Beerus probably hasn't mastered that aspect of it, which again, Ultra Instinct is something that even the gods have trouble figuring out.
And that's what I can't figure out. I can't figure out if Beerus is just jealous or if he's like worried. And then we keep getting shots of Whis, and Whis looks like he's like unsure of something. Like, I don't know. They're making it seem like it's an ominous thing. Like if Goku actually masters this, that it's going to be like a bad thing. But I can't tell if it's just because Beerus is like, oh man, he's better than me, or if it's like I don't know, it's like something bad is gonna happen. I don't know. It's weird.
Because they do kind of have that rivalry going, sort of. It's not as direct as it was between him and Vegeta, but there's definitely a rivalry between Beerus and Goku in a way. Like Beerus right now has the power over Goku. He knows that. But if Goku gets Ultra Instinct and masters it, it's basically GG. He's better than Beerus. Like there's nothing you can do about it, unless Beerus happens to master it himself, and then we'll have an epic fight, hopefully down the line.
Oof.
But more importantly, Vegeta says what?
Oh, he's gonna master it first, and even though he's probably not, and that breaks my heart. I hope that he does. I really want him to. I fall for it every time. Literally every time we think that Vegeta might get a chance to be cool, I fall for it, and I'm like, this is it. This
Vegeta
is the
still
time.
Is cool.
He's still cool to me, but he always gets the shaft every time.
Well,
I don't know.
What I think is going to honestly happen is, and this is something I want you guys to discuss in the comment section below as well, is do you think that he's going to get Ultra Instinct in this arc or down the line in the future? Because at this point, them hinting it basically confirms he's going to get it, but we don't know when. Honestly, I feel like it's not time for him to get it yet, unless something drastic happens. Like let's say Topo just completely knocks him out, and then that allows him to break through a shell. But it's like they're not really clear as far as when it's going to happen. It's just a matter of no, not if. They made it clear that it's going to happen. Just the question is when. So I don't know. Discuss it down below. Lastly, as Goku finishes off Kefla in the most beautiful possible way by literally gliding over her attack while being in autopilot mode. And
can't dodge this in midair. Oh, for real? Bam!
Yeah, but basically his plan was, you know what? Since I can't really strike and do anything with my attacks, I'm just going to auto dodge. And which, by the way, that's overpowered. It's broken. Bandai, can you nerf that? What ends up happening is he's charging his Kamehameha while auto dodging, gets in point blank and blasts her in the face. And by the way, she was like going all out as well. So that leads you to the next case, her diffusion. Now the way they made it look like,
I was gonna ask you what you thought about that.
Yeah. The way they made it look like is because of the earrings shattered, that's what caused the diffusion, but that's not the case. Because if you guys remember, in the Zamasu arc when Goku and Vegeta became Vegito Blue, when they did the final Kamehameha, that drained all the power that they had inside them, which caused it to diffuse like 2 seconds later. So my theory is it wasn't because of the earrings, because that would be kind of a... that's a detail that I feel like Toei would have added by accident without realizing that the Potara fusion is permanent unless you're a god, in which case, if you're a god, the Potara fusion is an hour long. Unless you're Kefla or Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, in which case, it lasts a lot less, a lot shorter. And
it is weird that they chose to show that shot, because it really did make it look like that's the reason why, but the few lines leading up to that was like, she's using all her power. She's using all her power. Exactly. She's putting everything into this, so
she was cornered. She was cornered. She went all in. She put the power in, and that's what it is. And then when they end up in the stands, that basically, they would split up again. Now we have to talk about the elephant in the room, the sad part. We're gonna lose our precious Universe 6. Basically, what Toei and Toriyama did is they gave us a puppy, right? We had this puppy for the last, 2 years? The puppy's all healthy and strong, and now they're about to take this puppy away from us. I don't want to see Shappa go. I like Shappa. I like Hit. I like, Kabe and Kale and Caulifla. I know some of you guys are excited to see Kale and Caulifla go, but hey, I like these people. And granted, I know we talked about this for the last couple months. It was bound to happen. We saw Universe 9 go. We saw Universe 10 go. Big shout out to Gowasu. It's going to happen, and I feel like within the next 2 or 3 episodes, calling it now, that Purina and Salnel, which are the Namekians, they're going to get knocked out, and it's going to be another universe that's going to go.
But Vegeta said he would bring him back.
Vegeta did say he was going to bring him back, which I think is also a big foreshadow. I mean, he did say he want to, visit Planet Sadala. But something I want to talk about is Ribrianne. So
she's getting another episode.
She's getting another episode. The thing I noticed about this series, the reason why I know the Namekians are not going to do anything right now is due to the fact that it's how much airtime is given to these characters. When a character receives a lot of airtime, they're there for something important. And with Rhymestyle still being in the tournament, she's going to do something important. And because her whole message is the power of love, I feel like in the end, she's going to be the one, and I said this before, she's going to be the one who's going to survive. And maybe she'll get the wish that's going to allow her to basically bring everybody back out of love. So I feel like next week we're probably going to see Rosie's going to go. Rosie's not important. If you notice, Rosie got a lot less screen time compared to Rhymestyle. Rosie will get knocked out by 17 or 18. In exchange, 17 or 18 will get knocked out. It would probably be like 17 will probably try to save 18.
I feel like it's going to be like a sacrifice or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like let's say 18 gets knocked out and 17 jumps in, throws it back in, he falls out, he's out. And then Rosie goes out at the same time. But I feel like Rhymestyle is not going to go out yet, and in exchange, she's probably going to be the one that's going to come back out of nowhere in the end and kind of revive everybody with her wish, which is kind of weird saying that she's going to be one who basically wins. But it's just like, that's what I'm getting out of it. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you guys think about that theory? Again, we talked about it briefly before, but I want to talk about it again because it's just Rhymestyle is getting way too much airtime, and the only reason why you would do that is because they have something important to do with this character. Other than that, Jiren's also awake again. They were observing Goku fight against Kefla. They also noted that if Goku's going to fight against Jiren, he cannot do what he did before, where basically he relied on his autopilot to kick in and then do some trick like that. Because for starters, Jiren's a lot smarter than that. Two, I also think that Ultra Instinct is going to come back one more time again, where he'll have a better grasp at, you know, doing the attack aspect of it. So when he actually has a final fight against Jiren, we'll have something like a super epic showdown where he has Ultra Instinct fully mastered.
Gotta let my boy have a rest for a minute.
Yeah, where's he getting all his energy? Like, I want to know how he was still standing. Yeah, like what super soul does the man have equipped? That's what I want to know.
Ugh.
Now, Frieza is looking down at Goku right now, and I'm pretty sure he's going to probably give him energy once again. And then from there, it'll be just a matter of keeping the man alive, which, again, this is why Universe 2 attacks. Goku's down, that's attacking while he's down, and that's when 17 and 18 step in. And I'm sure, you know, we'll see other universes jump in as well and get knocked out. Is there anything else in here that we forgot to talk about?
I have kind of a question. There's not really an answer to it, but I'm curious as to what the heat has to do with anything.
That's what I want to know.
Like, I don't,
keep saying that.
Yeah, they keep mentioning how hot he is, and it's like Kefla
Goku's
can feel
hot.
the heat.
Tell me you wouldn't do
he's
Goku.
a hottie. I mean, he's built. But like, I don't know. It's just weird that they're like focusing on that. Like, oh, the energy, it's hot. I can feel the heat way back here. Like, it's so weird. Like, what does that have to do with it? I don't know if that's gonna be like just because his energy is so different, or if like that's gonna be something that factors in later on.
Yeah, even when Jiren fought him, he was like, you know, your heat is your weakness. Like, this is your weakness.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I see it is he's overheating, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. And what happens when your car overheats? It breaks down. I think that's what it is. That's the best way to describe it. Is he's literally overheating because he's at the brink of, like, destroying himself, and that's what brings Ultra.
I mean, it's effectively like, Kaioken again.
Not really.
Not really, but I mean, the same concept where they're like, if you keep pushing yourself, you're gonna ruin your body. And he's like, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, that. I mean, at this point, we can kind of confirm that Ultra Instinct comes out when he like really needs it, and when he's like on the brink of dying, on the brink of death. Like, he breaks out of his shell, busts out the form, and does what he has to do. And I just think he's just overheating. And like I said, you can only overheat for so long. If you keep driving your car while it's overheating, what happens? It stops. it still operates for an extra mile, but then it just stops and dies and breaks down. So that's my best theory. So if you guys want to discuss it down below as well, feel free to do so right now. Anything else, Danny?
Nah, you good.
All right, cool. Let me know what you guys think about episode 116. If you had fun today's breakdown, make sure you thumbs it up right now with every single like you add into the video. That adds up the awesomeness of power. Let me try it again.
Okay.
With every thumbs up you add, it adds the
back.
overall power level of awesomeness of the video. So let's see how many scars you can bring across the world by thumbs it up right now.
There it was. Good job. Proud of you.
Yeah. We hope you guys enjoy your weekend. It's been Jaden Toxic and Rhymestyle, and we'll see you next week for a Rhymestyle episode. Yeah. Peace.
Bye.